wanted to talk about is, so I'm kind of working on a few things, and one of the things I feel like I need to, there's like this weird shadow on me and it's bothering me. One of the things that I feel like I really want to work on and focus on is like our team, sorry, guys being weird, is like our team culture. And I feel like I've done kind of a crappy job of building that, and that's kind of why no one but me is real. I mean, not to like make you feel bad because you're like here and you're showing up and you're doing stuff, but I just feel like I am not doing a great job of like getting other people excited and helping our team have like a strong team culture and like want to be working and be excited to be helping people and have more stuff happening on our team page so that people are interacting and kind of getting to know each other on the team and like things like that. So that's kind of just been on my mind and something that I'm working on and have, what else am I saying? So I'm kind of like, I need to be working harder at recruiting more people and just getting people excited. And I wanted to kind of talk as a team about like if we have ideas of how we think we can kind of increase that engagement in our own team, and then like help each other supporting kind of recruiting for our own teams for people that are wanting to build and things like that. So I was kind of hoping we could have a group, and I thought we were going to tonight to kind of throw around some ideas. But there's just kind of a couple of things like videos and things that I've watched in the last few days kind of talking about, instead of just doing it in like Facebook group that's like a little bit more disconnected, to maybe start like a this seems kind of crazy, and even the coach that I was watching, he was like, it was kind of super irritating at first, but then you just kind of adjusted and like changed things as you needed to. But they had like just like a messenger, like a group Facebook messenger open, and we could do a text if people were into this, because not everyone's on Facebook that's in here, but so that we're just like, it's kind of just an open little chat that's happening all the time, and people kind of checking in like, I just did some invites, or I have this question about this other thing, I'm really excited, I just took this challenge back, or just kind of so that it's more like a conversation that's happening rather than like a group that's kind of like disconnected. And he was like, at first it was super irritating because it was like every 2 seconds it was like your phone was going off, but you just had to turn off your notifications or whatever when you're doing stuff that you didn't want that happening. But he was saying for their team it was super helpful because it just kind of made it this habit that you were kind of checking into that little conversation. So that's just one thought, and I am kind of like working on some other things. I'm in another like leadership group right now where we're kind of talking about teams and team culture and things like that. So hopefully I'll get even more excited because I think that that's kind of one of the fun things, is that you have a team and you have resources, and so I want my team, our team, to feel like we're a team and not just people. So that's kind of all, but I'm excited, so I wanted to share it. So if do you have thoughts or feelings or things you think would be helpful?
I'm open to like a text or like a messenger thing. I think people like get lost in groups and they don't like, they see it, but then they don't remember to like go back to it.
Right.
I think like texting or like a messenger is kind of like more like free flowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm in like a million group messages all the time, so like I don't really care if I don't want to see it. Like I don't look at it, or I just put it on like do not disturb. So
right,
like I'm fine with it, and I think it might encourage more people to like be a little bit more active. Like if it's kind of, I don't want to say like in your face, but
right,
in your face.
Yeah. I think it would be more in your face. Just kind of
Because I have my notifications on for Facebook, but I don't always like get them. Like it doesn't always say like what's going on. It might just have like a number one, but then other times like it tells me that like somebody posted or commented or did something. So depending on like how it's set up, you can easily miss like you know you might not see it for like forever. So
Right.
maybe like that group kind of text would be better.
Yeah.
Especially if some people like aren't on Facebook, I guess, you know.
Right. Okay. So I like it. I think, and I'll kind of, I'll look into that a little more. I might watch that video that I was watching. And if you want to watch it, what was it called? It's Coach Jimmy, who is like one of like the founding coaches. He's been a coach. He was like actually in the original Insanity videos. It's like the first time I ever heard about being a Beachbody coach. And Shanti's like walking around and he's like one of the back row guys. And he's like, oh, Jimmy's a coach. Look at Jimmy squats. Like, I don't know if you remember that, but for some reason it's like stuck in my head from like the first time I ever did Insanity. I think because I didn't know what a coach was. And I was like, what in the world is Shanti talking about that Jimmy's a coach?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's him. It's Coach Jimmy. And he's a 15-star like superstar diamond coach, and he was just talking with his team, or he did like this training call that I think is on YouTube or something, and it was shared in another group that I'm in, about like how he got his team to superstar diamond, which is not my goal right now. I think that's a little bit big for me at this point. But just like kind of how they like created this culture on their team so that they were like drawing people in and kind of helping everyone along. And he had people that were like 5-star diamonds in the same group with people that were like emerald, or maybe not even emerald yet. And just like people that he really wanted to bring in and could see that they wanted to work, and everyone kind of worked together and helped each other. So I may go back and I'll try and find that call and post it on our team page too. So that other people can kind of get an idea of what this idea is and see if they have their own thoughts. Some of his things, I actually really liked a lot of it. It was funny. Tiffany commented on it in the other group that I'm in, and she was like, I agree with some things, but some of that stuff I really disagree with. But I think it was things like he said things like, I hate when people say they're overwhelmed. I think that's the worst word in the world because we all have stuff. And I think if you're overwhelmed, you've just put everything off for too long and you haven't been focusing on stuff. And he just is really like super blunt about things like that, which like, don't get me wrong. I say I'm overwhelmed sometimes, and I like today, and I'm like, I'm gonna move all my things around because I'm so stressed out. But it's kind of the same thing as like, everybody's got a ton of crap, right? We all have, pretty much everyone on our team at least like has a job and has kids and is trying to like be in a marriage and run their business. So we've all got crap, and it's just time management, priorities, you know, things like that. So anyway, things like that he was saying, I was like, yeah, I totally support this. But I feel like things like that he was saying, Tiffany was like, she tends to kind of want to make everyone happy rather than like just be super honest like I tend to be. So anyway, so I'll post that up there in case other people want to watch it, and then I'll kind of work on some like guidelines maybe for this group text thing, and see if I have any other ideas, and if you, or I'm recording this, so if anybody else that's not on here has ideas for things that they think could help us kind of support each other, then let me or the group know so that we can work on stuff together. So that's kind of the long and the short of it. I'm just excited. And do you have anything, questions, concerns?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on a small hiatus right now.
It's okay. I understand. You kind of, you know, like go what works. So
overwhelmed is my middle name right now. So
is there anything?
Not gonna lie.
Is there anything I can do to ease some of your overwhelmedness?
Can you add some more hours into the day for me, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've been working on that actually. I'm trying to figure that one out. We need to figure out a way to not need sleep, I think, is what it comes down to.
That would be, yeah, if I could do that, I mean, that'd be perfect, but
Yeah. Maybe we should just start like doing meth or something. Maybe that's our new health tip, right?
oh,
You don't
yeah,
need if you're on like amphetamines, right?
that would be, yeah, all right. I'll keep that in the back of
I
my
think we lose
mind.
weight too, so
No.
no.
Who
I don't
needs
know anything about drugs.
Shakeology, right?
Yeah, that's right. Mix it in. Anyway.
No, we're just doing a lot of like home renovations right now, which you can thoroughly relate to, and that's kind of our priority, so we can get our condo on the market. So everything else is kind of like, I don't want to say like I'm not quitting by any means. I'm just busy.
Yeah, no, I understand. There's been several nights where I'm like, I really need to like sit down and work on some stuff, but I have to paint this room right now. So,
like, yeah, our priorities are like we're painting our entire kitchen, like cabinets, everything. So like that's like where my main focus is. Basically, we like paint every single night.
Awesome.
So that we can move out. Like we're just trying to get our place on the market, and
yeah.
And between work and everything else, there's just not enough time.
Yes.
And time management is not my forte.
Did you ever get Eat That Frog? Did you ever get that book? I know we talked about it a while ago.
No, I didn't. Did you read it? Was that one that you didn't like?
I started it and it was a little slow, but I've heard really good things about it. So it's on my list to start again. But it's just about like prioritizing, basically, I think. I mean, it's like about like procrastinating, but I think it's really about prioritizing and time management. But it looks like this right next to me on my bookshelf. But I actually just got The Slight Edge, but I'm reading this other book called Tribes for my leadership group right now. So I haven't started The Slight Edge yet either. But
I might look into like the Audible version of it, you know what I mean? So you can just like listen to it, because
it's better.
I don't mind reading, but I just find like I just have a hard time getting it done.
Right. If you can do it when you're driving, I just don't focus as well when I'm driving usually. So
sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on like the mood I'm in. If I'm like super focused and I want to get something done, then I'm good. But otherwise, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I just listened to.
I know. I'll sometimes try to listen to like my Darren Dailies, like while I'm doing things on Facebook, and I'm like, I just listened to 3 of those and I didn't hear anything that I was.
Yeah, and I think it just depends on what their like message is, if I'm really like into it or not. So I have like a million wake up calls to listen to. I think I was really good and I fell off hard.
I did too, because this is an excuse, right? But because the like podcast app wasn't working right, I got really out of the habit of doing it every Monday afternoon or Tuesday, whenever I was doing it before. So I caught up on a few last week.
Yeah, so I just need to like download them while I'm home and have them like ready to go. But some of them they're not bad information. I just don't 100% relate to them. So it's like hard to kind of get what like they're saying or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that like I'm more productive when like the Team Inspire group is like more like rocking and rolling. Do you know what I mean? When there's more things like going on in there, then I think that like I'm a better coach. So maybe trying to do stuff more as a group would be like helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
that's what we need to work on. I need to work on is our team culture. So it's on my mind. Oh, in other related news, this is another thing to get super excited about related to teams. And I think I kind of mentioned this a while ago, but we got, I don't know if it was in Team Inspire or if it was I think it's in another group that I'm in. I'm in too many groups. It's ridiculous. But so I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but Tiffany and Tyler are going to do like a Team Inspire retreat in the fall is the plan. And it's going to be out here, which I know for like almost everyone on my team is like kind of a big deal. But I think it should be really good. And really, like, I know I've been kind of like talking and pushing about Summit, which I know you may or may not be able to make happen at this point, but in-person stuff really like makes a huge difference. And I think because of that team culture kind of thing. So I know it's a sacrifice and it's hard, and I'm like still haven't, like, I have my ticket to Summit and like my Summit ticket, and I have a place to stay, but I still haven't like bought my plane ticket. Like, I've been having a hard time figuring out my life in that sense. So like I totally get that. But I think that those are things that if you're serious and you're focused and like want to get a little extra, like, what's the word I want? Like enthusiasm or whatever behind you, kind of momentum, those things are huge. Like I think a month after Summit last year was like by far my best month. Like, I signed up like a couple of coaches. I was at Success Club like 17, which was like ridiculous. And it just like, I'm like, man, I wish we could have Summit like every other month, because then I would just like keep being so excited and like have all these new good ideas. So anyway, Summit, the wait list is like not
I got my email
anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, there's still spots, like everybody should be able to go if you can make it happen. We have, if you want to come, we're staying at a house, like, so me and Susan Spencer and Tiffany and Tyler are staying at a house. A couple coaches from Susan's team are staying. There's only 2 bedrooms, but there's like pull-out couches and air mattresses and stuff. So there should be space for a couple more people there, and it'll be like cheaper than a hotel, I think. And we have like our own kitchen and stuff, which would be nice. So there's definitely like housing options. And our thing in the fall is probably going to be in Park City, I think, at a house. And I think Tyler and Tiffany are like pretty much footing the bill for that. It's just like it would be getting here and then maybe like $100 or something to help them with the house. But it might not even be that much. I can't remember what they said. But anyway, just a kind of a couple things happening in the future that I think, if we're talking about team culture and things like that, those in-person things make a big difference if you can make them happen. So.
Yeah, I did get my email for the wait list for Summit that I could register, but I don't think I can pull the trigger on that one. We have a wedding the weekend before, and then I'm working camp like all that week and the following week. So I just don't think it's gonna happen.
And that's fine.
I mean, I would love to go, but I honestly, like, I'm working camp till that Thursday.
Yeah.
And then, like, to get to the airport that night, like, I have to be back by Monday, like, I have to be at camp Monday morning.
Yeah.
And we just
long days. It's long days for sure. But I think you only have, like, how long do you have after you get your ticket, your email? It's only a couple of days.
100 and something hours. Yeah. You have, like, a couple of days.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, nothing starts till 8 o'clock on Thursday night. So really, it's like Friday and Saturday, that there's like trainings all day, Friday and Saturday. But I get it. I mean, I'm going to have like a 2-month-old baby. I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I may like be sitting in the hallway the whole time. But.
The airfare can be pretty ridiculous from here.
Yeah.
Depending on the time, like sometimes it's dirt cheap, like you can get there for $200,
right.
And sometimes it's like $550. So it's just kind of like a crapshoot. And I honestly don't like have $1,000 to go away for the weekend. Like, I don't.
I understand.
I mean, maybe if my condo like sells in the next, I don't know, like sells immediately as soon as we put it on the market, like that might be a different story, but it's, I think honestly, like, I just feel like I have too much going on to like make that commitment. Like, I don't want it to sound like an excuse, but when you have a lot going on, you have a lot going on, and you can't change that. So, I would definitely be interested, like, in coming out to like Utah and something like that. Like,
You can stay at my house for a couple days if you need to make it longer. We should have a guest room by then, hopefully. Get all back together by the fall. If it's not, I'll lose my mind.
Are they going to have like some kind of requirement for like coming, or you had mentioned
they were talking about that, but I think that they're going to make it such that like it's not going to be like you have to hit diamond, but it's going to just be like something like people are actually showing up and doing something. It's not going to be something that's like ridiculous, just so that you know that it's people that are serious about being there, I think. And they may have even said, like, if we open it to our coaches, we can decide if, you know, like how strict we want to be on that. I can't remember. They haven't really like laid out specifics. They just kind of are looking at stuff still. So.
Well, clearly I'm getting an invite.
You are getting invited. Sure. You show up on our calls every week. That's going to be my...
I do here. I was at work at 9:30 this morning. I worked all day. I went and did 2 massages, and I'm here.
That's right. You're showing up, so it's good enough for me. Okay. Do you have questions? Sorry, I feel like I just keep talking because I really...
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you talk to Steph yet?
No.
Amy, just send her a message and say, this is all you need to say. Hey, Steph, you're doing awesome at whatever the heck it is that we were talking about the other day. That's it. Do it as soon as we hang up and then go work on your kitchen. Just like a, hey, Steph, you're awesome. That's all you need to send. I love your blog. Just do it. Okay. Don't roll your eyes at me.
I'm tired.
Cool. You can send a message. You're not that tired.
No. I just don't really want to. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Just do it. You won't regret it, I promise. Okay, that's all. I have to go tape my friend's arches or something before she goes and teaches her class.
Okay, have fun.
Finish rearranging furniture. So enjoy your house projects.
Thanks.
I'm going to remember. Will you remind me, because I'm not going to do it right this second, but I'm going to post this call and the Coach Jimmy call. And I wrote myself notes, but if it's not up in a couple days, remind me because I know you'll remember stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a fabulous night.
Thanks, you
Get
too.
excited for good team culture.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.